So I had like a series of 5 dreams last night, and I honestly did not know which one I even wanted to start with. I think I'm going to do them all separately, because if I try to do them all together, it is going to be like an extremely long video. And I don't even know why I started with this one, because this is the one that I actually probably need to go into the most detail about. But I did tell someone that I would go to the movies with them today. And I'm one of those people where if I go to the movies on the weekend, it has to be like the earliest show available. I don't care if the earliest show for the movie you want to see is playing at 9:50 in the morning. I have to go to like the earliest show available. And of course, like, most people don't like that. So then in that case, like, find somebody else to go with. I will go during the week in the afternoon, when the kids and things are at school. But if it's like summertime, or like today where it's a holiday and the kids are out of school, and the colleges, the campuses are closed, then the rule remains that we have to go to the earliest show available. So somebody actually agreed to that. And now I'm on my way, and I'm actually pretty exhausted because my cat would not let me sleep last night. He kept jumping all over me like all night, and as soon as I would get to sleep, he would like do it all over again. And I was like, I don't know. He's been doing this not a lot lately, but he's done this like several times lately. And I don't really like to lock him out of my room when I'm sleeping, because then he'll sit outside the door and meow all night. So I try to, leave the door cracked so he can like come and go as he pleases. But he has like this new thing where he wants to climb all over me when I'm trying to sleep, and I kind of want to sleep. So I kind of, catch 22 myself, because now I'm headed to the movies and I'm actually pretty exhausted. But nonetheless, right, I want to talk really quickly about spell work, right? And when you come across these readers who, it's always, with every reading, unless it's a personal reading, it is take what resonates and leave the rest. And even when you get like a personal reading that like this reading is tailored to you, a lot of times when people hear, oh, this person is doing magic, or this person is doing spell work, or this person is doing like a sex magic, is like a common one that people will say. And people are like, well, no, like, I don't think that that's accurate. Like, this person isn't even into spirituality. They don't do that sort of thing. But, there's a power in our words. And sometimes when we do things, the things that we do can actually be seen as some sort of spell work or ritual, even if we don't realize that's what it is. So, like, for example, if you get a reading and someone is like, oh, this person from your past is doing like sex magic on you, it may not be like this intense ceremony where they're setting up candles and like doing all this extra stuff that you're thinking of. It could be something as simple as this person is, let's say, for example, pleasuring themselves while looking at a photo of you, or pleasuring themselves while they're having like a nostalgic memory of you, right? That can be a form of sex magic, right? So this is not that, but one of the dreams that I had last night was about a family member, specifically a sister, a older sister, right? So this, there were 3 siblings in this dream. An older sister, the divine feminine, who is the middle child, and there was a younger sibling, right? So in this dream, specifically the father of these 3 children was ill. He was sick. He was going through, I think, like some sort of chemo or radiation, or possibly like post-surgery for some sort of cancer that he was going through, right? And in the dream, the father was actually recovering. He was doing well. Like, the treatments had gone successfully, and the father was doing well. But here's the kicker. Divine Feminine goes over to the older sibling's house, and she finds like this this slideshow. Like, you can tell by looking at it that it's something that was created for social media, right? Because it's like a picture slideshow, but then there was like a written script that went with it. So it's like, okay, apparently this person like was planning on, showing the slideshow and then, reading from the script as the slideshow was playing. But she starts reading it and she was like, okay, for one, the things, like, everything was like future tense. It was spoken as if things had happened that had not yet happened, right? So it was spoken in future tense, but in the script that was written, it was spoken that the father's treatments had not gone well and that the father had passed away. And the weird thing about it was that this older sibling had done this predictive reading, this future predictive reading, and she did it in a way where it made it, I can't even know if I can like explain this, because it was like so confusing. She did it in a way where it made it seem like Divine Feminine was doing some sort of spell work in order for their father to pass away, so that Divine Feminine could get like some money, like from like some sort of life insurance plan or something, so that Divine Feminine could get some money. But the way the older sister wrote it, she wrote it in a way where basically Divine Feminine lost, the spell work backfired, and the big sister, she, was the one who ended up gaining all of the money from this life insurance policy. So, everything that Divine Feminine had done backfired. And it was really weird. So then Divine Feminine is, she's sitting there, she's reading this, she doesn't really understand it. She's looking at the pictures and she sees that the older sister has taken all of these pictures of their father while he's, before he's going into treatment, while he's in treatment, after he's coming out, all of these pictures while he's in this sickly state. And y'all know the thing about pictures, that the picture kind of like captures your essence, right? So going around sharing and talking and speaking over pictures where someone is ill in is a form of spell work. And this sister knew that. She knew that, right? So this sister was doing that. She was writing the script. She was speaking on it. And she was swapping the roles. She was doing it in a way that it appeared that Divine Feminine was speaking negative things over their father's life so that Divine Feminine would inherit all this money from a life insurance plan, when in reality, the older sister was the one who was doing this. And so Divine Feminine's reading this, and she confronts the older sister, and the older sister is trying to play it off as though, well, I didn't know that's what I was doing. Oh, I didn't realize that was spell work. But it's obviously a facade. Like, it's obviously fake news. It's not real. Like, you knew exactly what you were doing. And not only were you doing this, but you were trying to make it seem like I'm the one that's doing this. Like, why are you doing this? Like, our father is doing well. He's recovering. Everything is going great. Why are you speaking these things over his life? And of course, the older sister is trying to play dumb. She's trying to play ignorant, like she doesn't really understand what she's doing. And it's like, yeah, you do. Like, you've been caught red-handed. Like, the proof is in the pudding. It's right here. You can't sit here and say you don't know what's going on when you're the one that's doing it. Like, it's that you don't even have a plausible sense of denial at this point. You don't even have a plausible sense of denial. You know exactly what you're doing. And Divine Feminine in this dream looks at her sister and says, when we're ignorant to what we do have a certain level of protection. Now, it ain't going to be great. You're not going to be fully covered, because if you know what you're doing is wrong, then you're still going to get backlash for what you've done. It just probably wouldn't be as great or as severe as if you had a deeper understanding of what you were doing is wrong, right? But in this sense, because you have a deep understanding that what you're doing is wrong and immoral, you're going to have backlash. And the backlash is going to be that everything that you're predicting is going to happen to you, right? So all of this is going to come back on you. Okay, in all honesty, I really should have just canceled the plans I had yesterday because I was exhausted. I had already worked Thursday and Friday, and worked a double on Saturday, and worked Sunday. So I picked up so many extra hours this week that I really should have canceled. But I don't really like canceling last minute. Now, if I have to, I will. And if it was me, I don't know. I guess I feel like because I was the one who was like, whose idea it was, and I make like such a big deal out of it to go super early. And since like we were both off Monday, like if I would have canceled, then it would have had to been like another couple of weeks before, because since I work weekends, most people don't work weekends. Most people work Monday through Friday, so don't always get that chance where everyone's off at the same time. So I went ahead and went, and it ended up being like a waste of money because I fell asleep anyways. But from what I saw, the movie was pretty good. It just, I was exhausted. But anyways, let me get back. I'm not even gonna make this one super long since it got cut in the middle and I was too tired to come back and finish it. Yesterday I just went home and slept, and I honestly don't even know how long I slept. I know the movie started at like 10:30, and we were already a little late getting there, which was fine because like the first 15-20 minutes are just previews anyways. And the movie ended. I don't even know what time it was when I got back home. I honestly didn't even look at the clock. I just showered, went straight to bed, and when I woke up, it was like 8 o'clock at night, and I was like, you know what, today is shot. I watched like a couple of not movies, shows, like old shows on Netflix, and until I just went back to sleep. But anyways, I'm not sure if I mentioned this in the first half, but if I did, then at this point I'm just repeating it. But in the dream, the older sibling for this father that they were speaking, I don't want to say, DEATH, but that's what they were speaking unto their father. This older sibling was actually the, what do you call it? Like the executor or whatever over the father's will. So what this person's plan to do was, after the father passed, this person had planned on changing and rewriting some of the will so that the other sibling did not get there, specifically the middle sibling, the divine feminine, or it could be a divine masculine. Like I said, it's just energies, but in the dream it was females, right? So that the divine sibling did not get a share, right? And they were going to pass that off as it being spirit coming in and rectifying and making things right. So they were going to themselves change it and then try to pass it off as like spirit came through and did something to the paperwork, so that divine feminine didn't receive anything, because divine feminine had been doing this negative spell work, which in all reality, it was the older sibling that was doing it the whole time. I mean, huge Thor, Rock, and Hydra. I can't even say that because this is like so much more than that. You just plain out, conspiring for no reason at all. And, the greed, it's the greed for me that you would sit here and do spell work. You would do spell. You want money so bad, and you want this financial blessing so bad. And this is like one of those siblings that actually does money spells, that does different money spells, is doing different things, doing a lot. I'm hearing like a lot of work with like cinnamon, which a lot of people would use for money. This person does like a lot of money spells, and like none of it's working. So they are at this point like willing to go to any length just to bring, finances into their life. And this is not even like a sibling that's like broke or anything. This is actually a sibling that, actually, in the dream, the crazy thing about it is the older sibling was the one who was more financially well off. But it's so crazy how people will be jealous of you for like the dumbest things. You could be single and childless and, out here living paycheck to paycheck, but you could be happy and content. You could be working in a field that you enjoy, or even if not, maybe you're pursuing something that you enjoy, or Maybe you don't enjoy your work, but maybe you have a healthy work-life balance where you do things after work and you just genuinely have a, maybe you're not fully happy. Maybe there are still some things you are working on that could be better, but you have a general zest and content for your life. And people look at that and they don't know that there are things you still work on there. They don't know that there are things that you are still unhappy. They don't know that there are things you're still working on. And quite frankly, it's none of their business. Sibling or not, it's none of their business. You know what I mean? You walk around radiating this positive energy, and when people look at you, they see someone fulfilled, and people are jealous of that. This could be a sibling that is married, and in the dream it was a sibling, that was married, a sibling that had a nice house, nice car, a sibling that had kids, had a good job where they were making, both husband and wife making good money, and still, I'm here. I keep hearing like big Birkin bag holding 5-6 figures. So this could be a husband and wife whose, income, they're making 6 figures a piece, or 6 figures together, doesn't really matter. But I'm hearing like 6 figure, like this is a 6-figure household, you know what I mean? And these people are still, and I think sometimes when people think of 6 figures, they assume like $1 million. 6 figures is the 100,000s. So you can make like $100,000 right on the mark and be 6 figure. But anyways, like this is a 6-figure household, but this person is so greedy that they still want more. And that's why I said, like, it's so important. Like, if you're going around and if you're on this thing, now it's one thing to wake up spiritually and to realize that you have a higher purpose, a higher calling, and to be going after that. That's one thing. But if you're just out here doing things because you're chasing happiness, and if you're chasing your calling, that's going to bring happiness, abundance, and blessings. And I'm hearing all of the above and more. But if you're out here chasing happiness, if you can't find happiness and content in your life as is, then you're going to forever be in that rat race. Even if this person, gets that money, guess what? That money's not going to last forever. Eventually it's going to be gone, and you're going to want more, 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 and you're going to want more. It never ends until you gain a general sense of happiness, or at least a level of content. But a general level of content and happiness for your life, you're going to be forever out here chasing, looking for what's going to make you happy and what's going to be fulfilled, what's going to make you feel fulfilled. And you're going to forever be like this empty vessel that is like looking to be filled, right? But that's the type of person that this older sibling is. And they are so greedy. Like, to be honest, they really want everything for themselves. But I know I mentioned this previously. If they were to do that, but them being the executive, they know that people are going to be like, oh, okay, like, no, we need to go back and reread this and see this, because we know that there's no way that this person didn't leave their other children anything. Like, they only left everything to one child. Like, we know this is not the type of father this person is, right? But this person, and even if they don't take everything from Divine Feminine, they're going to take like a significant chunk. Like, let's say the father had let's make it an easy number, a $300,000 life insurance policy that's supposed to be divided evenly, and everyone gets $100,000, then this older sibling may give Divine Feminine like 10,000, may give Divine Feminine like 10% of their share. And I'm getting, this is someone who I'm getting, they're going to try to say, this is how, this may be how someone tries to do it. They're going to say, we need to divide it amongst family size. So in the dream, Divine Feminine was this single woman out here like fending for herself. And so was the other sibling was out here, a sibling defending for themselves. And because Divine Feminine was married and had a family, Divine Feminine was like, not Divine Feminine, the older sibling was like, oh, well, let's say, for example, I have 5 people in my household, between me and my family, and you two, it's just you two. So what what dad wanted me to do was to divide it amongst everybody. So he didn't just want the siblings to have money. He wanted everybody to have money. So since my kids are included, that means they each get a share. So instead of, Divine Feminine and the younger sibling getting a third of the overall, in policy, they'll end up getting like a seventh, because the older sibling is counting their entire family as though their entire family deserves a piece of the policy. I'm hearing like a piece of the pie, a piece of the policy, even though that's not the way it was listed, right? This is like a way that someone may try to manipulate it. But either way, something's going to happen, and this person's going to end up screwing themselves up, trying to falsify, trying to change paperwork once someone is paid. You can't do that. Once the person is passed away, whatever was written is what we have to go through. You may be the executor of their will, but that don't mean that you can go in rewriting stuff. So like in the dream, what ends up happening is this person tried to go in and falsify the document so that their family got a bigger piece of the pie. And what ends up happening is that they ended up getting charged with like fraud and all this stuff, to where legally they weren't entitled to anything. So then Divine Feminine and the younger sibling ended up having everything and getting a bigger portion, right? This person, essentially, spirit was like, okay, yeah, we gonna fix it, all right. We gonna fix it, all right. But, that's not even the desired outcome. Like the divine feminine in this dream was so, you could see the rage that this person had. Like this person was had to do everything within their power to keep themselves from physically attacking their older sibling, because you literally sacrificed our father for $1. Like the policy is what the policy is. We're gonna get it when he passes away. I'm hearing like the man has cancer. Like, good God, like we're gonna get it when he passes away. And wasn't like a young guy either. This is like a guy who had definitely lived a good life. You know what I mean? Like, we're gonna get the money when he passes away. We don't have to have it right now. Like, what is your problem? You know what I mean? Like, it was sad. It was sad. You know what I mean? So I hate that part of the spell work worked, but like I said, it ended up being backlash. And this is my personal opinion. If you do spell work to take someone out for something as basic and as petty and as greedy as a dollar, as some money, you not getting the money is like literally, it's like the least of your worries. When it comes to that karmic debt that you are racking up, when it comes to that karmic debt that you're racking up, not getting your portion of the policy is literally the least of your worries. Because now, not only did you not get any money, now you got a bigger karmic debt that must be paid, that you are leaving onto your family. So even when you leave this earth, if you don't make it right before your passing, and it may even be, because the dream didn't get that far, but your karmic debt may be them taking you out. You know what I mean? But if you don't clear that karmic debt, then guess what? That passes on to your children. So not only are you not, leaving your children, this legacy that you're trying to build. And by the way, if that's what your goal is, get your own policy so that when you pass away, your children get paid. Get your own freaking policy. You know what I mean? But if you're trying to use somebody else's life insurance policy to build a legacy for your children, and you try to take this person out in order to speed up that process, then the karmic debt that you're passing down to your lineage is going to be financial debt. That greed, that insatiable hunger, that always wanting more, that always feeling that lack, that always feeling like you don't have, even when you have been blessed with more than what you need, that insatiable feeling of always feeling like it's not enough, that's what you're going to karmically pass down to your children. So I would highly think twice. Right? And I still keep hearing that Fuji song, that Voodoo, I can do what you do. Easy, believe me. Get them heebie-jeebies. Like, somebody is out here doing voodoo, and I'm hearing like,
no, you're going the wrong way.
I keep hearing that over and over again, like, you're going the wrong way. You're going the wrong way. Yes, someone is definitely going the wrong, like, all jokes aside, someone is definitely headed in the wrong direction because they are racking up a karmic debt that is going to have to be paid back. Anyways, y'all, that's the message for today. Thank you for listening. Bye.
Alligator mouth and a hummingbird ass. Your mouth writing checks that your ass can't cash. 145 and I'm out of your weight class. Wanna survive? You better scramble like eggs and break fast. Cause I know how to handle your fake ass.